No mai, haere mai, kia ora and welcome from Sky Stadium into Whanganui-a-Tara, Wellington on a bright and rather breezy day. It's week number 2 in the Ninja A-League season where a capital connection brings Canberra United across the Tasman to face off against a new-look Wellington Phoenix side. I'm Daniel McCarty alongside New Zealand football royalty, former Wellington Phoenix skipper and Annalie Longo. And Annalie, as any new season dawns, hopes and expectations always heightened as fans dream of the possibilities, and perhaps more so than ever this time around for the Wellington Phoenix faithful.
Thanks, Daniel. Pleasure to be here, and what a great setting to kick off the new season. The atmosphere around here at Sky Stadium is fantastic, and as you say, there's a real sense of optimism, anticipation, and this new look Wellington Phoenix side. I think it will be an exciting one. Yeah, after a headline-grabbing off-season that saw their club land one of the most credentialed coaches ever to work in the Ninja A-League. Number of players with strong pedigree as well, but we all know the game is not played on paper but rather on the grass, and the visitors from Canberra will want to spoil any party. A proud moment for CJ Bott, a Wellingtonian, a Tawanite, there's a new word, to lead out the team today in her debut for the club. On signing 2-year deal, she spoke of how special this would be. When she left, this was not a reality, playing professional football in Wellington, but now it very much is. Fans full of voice early. You just sense there's a different buzz around the club this season. But do not take Canberra for granted. They lost in week number 1, but for long periods of time were clearly the better side against the Newcastle Jets. And if it was not for a late mistake, they would have had a draw. On another date, they could have had all 3 points. Let's look at the starting lineups for the Wellington Phoenix. Now, it's listed as a 4-4-2, but don't be surprised if this morphs into a back 3. It will be anchored by New Zealand's #1 goalkeeper, Victoria Essen, and fellow newcomer and American defender, Ali Walker. Captain CJ Bott and Tessel Medak in midfield. Brooke Nunn straight into the starting 11 despite signing late in the transfer window, while Sabrita Bandari Samba will lead the line. For Canberra, week number 2 for them, of course, a rejigged backline sitting in front of keeper Sally James. Alex McKenzie comes in at centre-back. Emma Rober switches from centre-back to the left-hand side, and look out for the dangerous Christchurch-born Grove at right full-back. Kiara Didom Itzio comes into midfield, while Josie Olasino again asked to partner the main attacking threats in Michelle Heyman. On the Phoenix bench, some names missing. Lucia Leon ruled out yesterday, but still a lot of quality there. Emma Main brings 8 A-League goals in her career. We'll look out for the teenager, the 17-year-old Pia Block. While Stanich Floody, also a teenager with over 50 A-League appearances to her name. A superstar in Nepal, rising from rather humble beginnings to grace some of the biggest leagues across the world. Her pressing, pace and eye for goal will worry any A-League defence. Look at that goal-scoring record for her country. You wonder why. Well, you know now why she's a superstar in the eyes of the Nepalese fans. Similar for the Canberra faithful, nothing short of a Canberra legend. Heyman's goal-scoring record is second to none. 120 goals in over 200 matches. The A-League women's all-time leading goal scorer got off the mark last week, surprise, surprise, opening the scoring in that 2-1 loss against the Jets, rather. Right in the middle of that huddle in her first season with the Wellington Phoenix, her first job since serving a long suspension, but having previously coached Canada to an Olympic gold medal, few will question her credentials. Now let's see if Bev Priestman can get the Wellington Phoenix to match the big guns in the Ninja A-League. Coach Anthony Yagranek did a fine job in his first season, stepping up from the assistant chair to lead the side. He made a very positive first impression, leading them back to finals football for the first time in 4 seasons. Our referee is Sarah Jones. She will have the whistle. Her assistants Courtney Bremner and Avril Beecham, while it will be Michaela Ryan as our 4th official.
With plenty of big names lured to Wellington, it was a true test of patience for Wellington Phoenix fans, drawing the bye in week 1, but the wait is over for Canberra. They've blown off the cobwebs. They'll be running from right to left as you look at it on your screen. Annalie Longo, what are you expecting from this one?
Yeah, I think the Phoenix will want to start well here as they set up. See what kind of intent they go into the game. Are they going to look to step high and press this Canberra United back 4, or will they look to sit in? So I think the first 15 minutes for both teams are going to be really important.
Back to James. Young Matilda, important part of this side. You can see the effects of this Wellington breeze. Pushed the ball away from her and hurried out. And a turnover that could have led to something wasted. Annalie, you've played a fair bit here on a day like this. Look at those corner flags. Almost falling over. What impact does it have in the middle?
You could say beautiful conditions here for Wellington, but it is wild out there in the middle. The wind circles around. It does make it tough. Obviously the balls in there are a challenge. You see the early intent here from Alyssa Wynnum, just turning over possession.
Looking to link up with Samba. Back to goal, she does well. Pressing a real feature of her game, not just the goal scoring. It was Wynnum with the turnover. The Phoenix look to build. Vandermeer already looks like they have shifted into a back 3. Vandermeer, wonderful to see her back, re-rupturing an ACL, missed all of last season.
Yeah, incredible determination there from Vandermeer. You know, not only suffering one ACL, but to come back and do a second one is obviously very tough on any player. So fantastic to see her back in the A-League, and you know, she'll be immense here for the back 3 of the Wellington Phoenix.
Phoenix pushing up high in the opening couple of minutes as Canberra just struggle to get out of their end. In theory, they are pushing into the breeze. Down at ground level, always whips around. Vicious angles. Chance for Canberra to build out. Nice ball down the left-hand side. Grove, thought might be on the right, situated on the left. Identified by the Phoenix prior to this game as a real key cog. Her athleticism, pace, and joining the attack.
Yeah, I thought Sasha Grove was fantastic in that round 1 matchup. Obviously a Canberra United academy player, had a stint there with Western United, and back here in the yellow and the green and white for Canberra United, so she'll be important today.
The 73rd A-League women's fixture. Tamer goes down under challenge. Clip on the right ankle. She suffered a similar blow in that game against the Jets. I hate to lose her, that would be devastating early.
See CJ Bott coming in there, just collecting the ankle there of Heyman. Dangerous area here for Canberra United.
Dickinson in goal. Started the last 7 internationals for the Football Ferns. Establishing herself as the #1. She wants to make sure that wall is positioned perfectly. Sasaki looks like she will use her experience, elbow the teammates out of the way. Numbers towards the back post. Shot on goal. Delivery to the back post. There's the former. Too high. Nako Sasaki expected to be a very important addition to this Canberra side, having joined after a strong run with the Adelaide. Played down the right wing channel. Samba again. Plenty of energy. It's Taylor Young forced to put it out over the sideline, but a little touch of the Phoenix. Nice move from Heyman, gets away from one. She's got support bursting through the middle. But Eason quickly off her line, just a fraction too strong, but you saw the idea.
Yeah, lovely bit of link-up play there from Heyman, just that bit of quality of tapping the ball over Walker and and looking for that threaded pass in behind, but you can see just the win there. I think just pushing it, we've seen twice now on those occasions, just balls running a little bit too far and too close to Essendon goal.
And with Barry, she put under pressure. Miscommunication, no, off the foot of the Canberra player. Thought initially it was just a imprecise pass. Winnerman, though, perhaps a right wing-back position, we might say, today.
You just see a tactical change there by Bev Priestman out there, putting Alyssa in that wing-back role, an unfamiliar role, you'd say. But what I do expect to see today is that transition and that rotation with Brooke Nunn, as Brooke Nunn will naturally like to drift wide, and Alyssa obviously in those central pockets. So I see a bit of rotation happening out there.
Without question, a fine athlete too, and the physical demands on the modern day wing-back can be very difficult. Here is the aforementioned Nunn, spins away beautifully. Turner trying to take on the defender, able to recycle, ball in, bouncing at the top of the area. Jale, I think that will go down as a shot on target, a fairly tame one. At the feet of Robus, played a delightful pass. It led to the home and opener last week. She went right around midfield and bent it around the centre half. Joe Heyman could not have asked for it delivered any better. Passing out of defence is important.
Yeah, that's what you want from your centre half, that ability to distribute and you know, find those passes in behind.
Here's some space, chance to measure a ball. Two players inside the area. Heyman tries to get off her marker, but a poor touch just allows it's Lara Wall to get back and get an important touch. Mizio out on that right-hand side, had lots of space. She'd be frustrated. At least get it into the mixer. Lara Wall, one of just 4 Phoenix players who featured in every game last season, has made that left-hand side her own.
Incredible development there of Lara Wall. Obviously started as a scholarship player for the Wellington Phoenix last season, a bit of a breakthrough season, and worked her way into the squad, and of course picking up her first cap for the Football Ferns in the recent tour over in Mexico and in the US. So huge congratulations to Lara Wall, incredible player, and yeah, it's been a huge growth for her for the last 2 years.
Must have learned something from you at Cashmere, was it?
That's all her, I'd say. She's an incredible person as well off the pitch, and yeah, a number of supporters and especially proud people back in Dunedin and Christchurch.
Darcy Malone on the far side has won a throw for Canberra. The territory to play with over the last few minutes for the visitors. It's going to be cleared back inside their own half, and that breeze pushes it a long way back, keeps it in the field of play perhaps. There's James. Taylor Young. Too strong down that right wing side, gets a thumbs up. Another local product is Hayley Taylor Young, the 23-year-old. Got a proud record of developing their own. Heyman. 2 players around her. There's Samba, who is a centre forward, I'm assured, but getting back and doing her defensive duties, and she certainly does come with a reputation of hard work.
Incredibly hard worker, Samba. I believe every training she's hitting around 8 or 9 Ks, and they're having to slow her down a little bit just to adjust the load, but incredible intensity and incredible athlete.
Eamon can't control off the chest, and that will slide for a goal kick as we approach the 10-minute mark. A lot of activity at the respective ends. Vickerson.
See Canberra United setting up here, looking to go man for man, matching up all around the field, push one of their centre-backs all the way into midfield here. You can just see that shape, not letting the Wellington Phoenix play out, forcing Victoria Essen to go long.
There's the bailout option. Scrap in the middle of the park, nicely done. Right down the near touch line, but that will slide out right in front to the Canberra coach. Nunn trying to get free down the right-hand side. Cool, calm, collected, coming across. Taylor Young. It's off a Canberra foot. First Phoenix roar from the yellow fever in the Ninja A-League season. Here's Nunn. Nice work to control, feeds down the line. Wynnum inside the area, looks to take on Taylor Young again, but credit the number 12, stayed strong, didn't dive in. Danger averted.
Yeah, nice combination play there, but you see the early transition and the intent from Canberra as they look to win it. Can they transition forward quickly? But yeah, I like the link-up play there between Nunn and Alyssa, just that running behind there from Wynnum. I potentially would have liked to see her get that ball into the area and you know, ask questions of, you know, Robers and that centre-back pairing of, you know, where's Samba? Can they find Samba?
On the line they go. In the Phoenix used the numerical advantage to almost clear the danger. Oh, finds Jale. Looks up, plays early. Samba in behind. There's the blistering pace. Oh! She's through and on goal. This could be a dream start. And she strikes early, perhaps questionably so, and Sally James got a fingertip.
To see the danger there of Samba and the pace she has. Ball in behind, probably a little bit hopeful, but obviously just the press there and the ability to turn over the ball. And for me, she's just taken that strike too early. I would have loved to see her dribble and drive and really commit James in goal, but early signs there for Samba, and you can see that eagerness as she goes on goal.
Yeah, I think can take a couple of touches. James, if anything, slightly retreating. Close that distance, almost make it impossible. Oh, where to question her and her goal-scoring ability. Dangerous ball in, and it fell to the left foot of Samba. Instinctive strike, but dragged it just wide.
Delicious ball here from Lara Wall, whipping it in with her left foot.
It's a Grace Jale, in fact.
Can't tell if that's Grace Jale or Samba hitting across the ball, but it's just inches wide.
Yeah, I think it was the right leg of Jale. Better. There you go, Samba wins possession. Again, 2-on-2. The Phoenix flooding forward. Samba to the left. Nunn at the back post. Ball's whipped in. Cleared away. Phoenix very much on the front foot. Gordon. Long ball out of danger. And a throw to the Phoenix on the halfway line. And Taylor Young got the important touch there. Samba took a blow on her leg, but sensed there was an opportunity. Join the attack. Oh, ball in. Slight miscue, but enough to clear. Back they go to James. Lucky for her. It was an awkward height for him to control. Rida finds Nunn. So strong in the challenge. Tight control. And
such as her pedigree and understanding of the league that I think signed very late last month. No hesitation for Brisbane to bring her in.
Yeah, she's a quality player. She showed that last year in the A-League season, obviously winning there with Central Coast Mariners. She's an Arsenal product academy, come through the system, and obviously very comfortable and technical on the ball, and she scored a number of important goals for the Mariners last season, so she was an important pick-up here for the Wellington Phoenix.
Here's the Phoenix skipper. Back to Barry. Now that lovely turn and drive past the defender by Wynnum. That is very delightful. Feeds Jale, but getting back. Credit the effort there of Mizio. She needed to track that run, and she did so. Oh, what a turn.
Yeah, incredible work there by, I think it was Alex McKenzie, tracking back in that wing-back, full-back position.
Get it away. Second attempt. Goes down under challenge. Referee says nothing. TJ Bott may disagree.
See a bouncing ball there. CJ hoping for something there, going to ground. The challenge of Darcy Malone, but not much in there for me.
Canberra unable to get on the ball and control possession for long periods through the opening 16 and a halves. Something they did well early last week with Gordon, and in particular linking up with Heyman. Could have been 2-0 early in that game. Heyman had a wonderful header, a delightful diagonal ball in from the right flank, and that's often where Canberra like to attack, down those flanks. I think 28 crosses last week, more than any other side in the Ninja A-League. Darcy Malone also very capable on the ball. I haven't seen much of her just yet. Ball down that right wing channel. Busting run, hooked back into a dangerous area. Cleared away by Uda. Second occasion, finding none. There's that control Lee Longo was talking about, luring two players in, but then feeds Heyman. Oh, not everyone has eyes out of the back of the head.
Commentator's curse, they call that one.
Olasinio does well. It's a good ball in, and it's found its way into the net. Fortuitous, dangerous ball. And would you believe Canberra, slightly against the run of play, have another early lead. It's the visitors up by a goal to nil.
Let's take a look at that now. Olasino have missed the cut inside, which was sensational, and it's a ball into the front post. And it's a bit of miscommunication there, I think, from the Wellington Phoenix, and it's just managed to slip all the way through.
Are we crediting Olasino for that? I'm not sure. It's touched a wild swing from the Phoenix defender, but they won't really care. It will go to the number 6. It was good work down that left-hand side. A neat ball in. That's what she's hoping for, to be a provider. But she profits to the tune of a goal. She'll remember that fondly. Her first A-League goal in her second game, USA forwards. None pressing. Paid to Grove though. What's Heyman to do here? Calls for a throw-in to Canberra. And the match officials agree. The ball will come a long way down inside Phoenix territory. Litter removed from the playing field, and play can go on. There's the goal scorer, Olasino. She's in again, she tries her luck. That was a genuine shot, but blocked. Throw back to Heyman. The roll, the defender has done well. He's twisting and turning performance. It's Grove. Oh, dangerous challenge inside the area. Enough of the ball, according to the referee. That goal just seems to have provided plenty of self-confidence and surety to this Canberra group.
Just have a look at the tackle here. Just Brooke Nunn sliding down here on Grove. Manages to get all ball. But as you say, I think the momentum's just shifted in the last 5 minutes since the goal. Canberra United stepping up, pressing well and not allowing space for this Wellington Phoenix side. Just see the intent when they lose position, they're getting up the pitch. They look like they've headed into a back three out of position and looking to get those wing backs up high. You see Grove on the ball here.
Breeze pushing that out. So and he's looking to just work their way back. And some confidence through passing, perhaps. Strong throw down the line. Charlie and Jures can't control. The Phoenix can come again. Walker is long once more. Nunn taking advantage of that heavy touch, then pleading with the referee that she was impeded. She went to try and get onto that loose ball. Robus has done enough. Anything, it might have been the Phoenix player, you could argue. Annalee was most likely to be whistled on this occasion.
I expect nothing less from Brooke Nunn. She's a character out on the pitch. Certainly many games for me against her, and then she's lively and she, you know, she's a competitive player. So I expect to see that throughout the whole season.
A one poor touch followed by another, and then position straight back to Canberra. Hobbling as Nunn. I think she's fine. Again, the Phoenix pressing high, trying to turn possession over. Bot in strongly. Wynnum though, in a battle, perhaps a losing one. Good work from Grove. Stepping out and into traffic was Van der Meer. Can't find Walsumber. Jale picks up the loose ball and space for Van der Meer and Walker. She gallops over the halfway line. Good strength showing. Lucino has to come back. Gordon into Sasaki, loses possession. Nunn wins the ball, finds Wall, gives her an option to the left. Wall and turn. Not quick enough. Disappointing into that foray. So halfway through the first half.
Seen a bit of change of sides here. Brooke Nunn popping up on that left-hand side. Grace Jale shifted over to the right-hand side.
The press now is Jale. Samba getting back, he's gone down again, doing some defensive work. Looks a little bit more significant than the first time. Play goes on. Now we have a whistle. Always an alarming sight. Clash of knees, perhaps. Slowly getting back and sitting up. Holding a midriff, so winded.
Take a few deep breaths, go to the sideline as respective teams go, take some water, take this opportunity as we can go back to the key moment of the opening period of this game. Annalee.
It was Olasino here, showing all of her class, driving down to that byline, little cut inside, beats Barry, puts a cross in that has got a bit of curve on it, and I think there's just a miscommunication here, and it's managed to sneak in that far post. And the Phoenix will be disappointed with that, but Olasino, fantastic work in the build-up, and of course when you put those balls into dangerous areas, you ask questions of your defenders, and she's certainly done that, and it's ended in the back of the net. And we're sitting 1-0 Canberra United versus the Wellington Phoenix.
Here's Marissa Vandermeer had the opportunity to hook that one away, and you saw a reaction hand to the head. Who knows? And that just put Essen in two minds. She was late to react, not expecting it to get through. One high up on the field by Canberra, but coming short was Heyman, and that will slide on through. Barry put under a little bit of pressure, gives it back to Vandermeer. Through the lines, but no sign of a teammate. Was chased down by Heyman. Messino battling away against Barry, powerful header. Space in the middle of the park, really touched by CJ Bott. And he left to Towan, and a whistle against her. She cuts a frustrated figure.
Playing a different role here for the Wellington Phoenix. Usually see CJ Bott outside in that wing-back role, that wide position, getting up and down, but today she's tasked of playing in that number 6 role, holding midfielder. It's just a heavy touch from her now. She's just come through and collected the player. Sasaki it is for Canberra United.
How big is that adjustment?
I think it's huge. I think it is huge. You know, obviously in the centre of midfield, you've got to be your head on a swivel. They say you've got to be able to see all areas. But the benefit of having someone like CJ Bott in the centre of the field is that she brings that aggression and dominance. So particularly out of position, you know, she can, you know, really dominate, win a lot of ball for the Wellington Phoenix and break those attacks.
Good ball in towards the into the 6-yard box, back towards danger zone. Jale in there, then Bott. Samba tracking back once more, beats one. Nunn makes a forward run. Well read, very well read from Taylor Young. And she runs herself into some danger. Short ball from Walker, but Barry cool. Through the line to Madar. Former Dutch international. Can't link up. Another one arrives at Wellington with great pedigree, having joined from Rangers in Scotland alongside Victoria Essen. And a good run in the last few years, Rangers. Some trophies in just 3 years there. Dancing feet. It's past one, not the second. Rubus does well. Keep possession, and now they'll pivot. Retreating from an offside position against Didolizio. Vandermeer finds Jale, does well. And dropping deeper to get herself involved. This near touchline, good work from Grove stepping in. Chance for transition. Back here, I'm not sure if that was intended by Heyman.
See the Phoenix shape here, really trying to overload those central spaces. Got 2 6s in there, and then the 2 wide players, it looks like Jale and Brooke Nunn just floating in between lines in the pockets and try to create that 4 as a box midfield when the Phoenix are building up, but they're just struggling to find those connections and those passes. Canberra United doing really well to man mark and you know, condense the spaces between lines.
None. Dropping it to Wynnum. Did not hear a call, but somehow maintains possession. Darts forward, and then it breaks down. Shame, she's looked very lively. natural instinct is to take on a player. Different role today, as we've discussed earlier. Those attacking instincts very clear for Alyssa Wynnum. Now in a number of seasons. Started with a scholarship back in 21-22. Now in a 61st only women's match for the Phoenix. Van der Meer progress the ball up. Back to Barry. And Walker wants an option. Finds one and none. Very close to her is Sasaki. And looking to play in Samba. Outstretched left leg. Taylor Young, not for the first time in the opening 30-odd minutes. The Canberra defender does a fine job for her side.
Taylor Young has been great for me in this first 30 minutes. Really lively, picking up a lot of things. You can see as Canberra lose the ball, they're quick to get around the ball and anticipate.
Nunn and Wynnum link up once more. Nunn wanted an option back. Wynnum gave her a run and it was a good ball in. Pinballing around inside the area. And just shows too much of the ball and classy control from Eamon. And that left leg up to control it neatly. Nice ball through the lines. Gordon. She can play down that right wing side. Nicely judged. Domizio, though, has found herself in good areas at times. As Lara Wall likes to push up. We get a replay of another dangerous ball and then not capitalised by the home side. Ball throated Owen in particular.
You just see the work rate there of Domizio. She's back in her own half defending that cross there against Lara Wall, and then she's up the other end attacking and looking to break in behind. So definitely that athleticism there from Domizio, and she's been lively in these opening 30 minutes.
And previously with Western United before linking up with Canberra, helped them to the playoffs. And you just sense wants to play out, but the way Canberra are lining up, she decides to go long. Samba loses out, ball taken off her by Malone. Wall strong and robust. Malone not giving up the cause though. Beautiful control and sliding away in a rather cynical challenge, you would say. Smart foul though on the other side of that coin.
See the experience there of Samba, just getting her body in between the ball, using the defender. Mackenzie's got way too tight up the back of Samba, and just that ability to roll the defender. But smart there from Mackenzie, obviously giving the foul away and allowing our team to get behind the ball.
Charlie showing plenty of ball there, has to dive in, able to maintain possession. Here is Wall advancing forward. Plenty in numbers. Breeze pushes it back in the midfield. Medard didn't last too much of Wynnum. This is calm it down. One thing, even for any of these new Wellington Phoenix players, adjusting to the swirling breeze where you think the ball will land there and it goes 10 metres further forward or 10 yards short.
There's of course the breeze, but there's also the element of playing in the A-League. It is different, and a lot of people say when they come into the A-League it's a lot more transitional. The game is a lot more end-to-end. There's chaos amongst the play. So yeah, for the imports that are coming, it's that ability to settle in and integrate into the side.
Here is one of them in Walker. Nice ball through the channel, but almost just a fraction flat-footed. Love the idea from Ellie Walker, 26-year-old.
first of the foreign signings of the Phoenix, and she goes in and makes another challenge, I think, from the referee. Barry and Walker exchange passes. Wanted someone to come short, goes laterally. Vandermeer can come over halfway and keep going. Jale has Wall to her left, and that's frustrating end. You saw the body language from Jale. Saw the moment it left her foot. She knew that was not good enough.
Yeah, we saw that link-up play between Jale and Wall last season. A very good combination out there, so not quite clicking yet today, but certainly something to watch for.
Wynnum receives again on this near touchline to take on Grove. Fortuitous bounce, well done by James. Sally James off her line very quickly. That nearly fell into the path of none.
Again, a Wynnum with the cut inside, so comfortable on the dribble, and possibly a little bit lucky with the deflection, and a bit of a half chance there, but it's just run away there from Brooke Nunn.
Wall stepping in front of the industrious Di Domizio, who'd have sustained possession for the Phoenix, trailing on the afternoon. Orsino with the goal. Wynnum once more. Can she get in front? Yes, she can. Cuts back. Options. Went one too many. They're very lively, but that missing piece not there. Back with the number 10. Lovely footwork. And again, guess who? You betcha. Taylor Young across. Sensing the danger once more.
Yeah, Wynnum with the cheeky nutmeg. She cuts inside onto her left foot and chooses to try and cut back the other way. For me, I would love to see her swing that with her left foot, potentially head for the far post and, you know, ask questions of the keeper. But yeah, again, very lively there from Wynnum.
You're right, for a split second there was a chance. With 3 players inside the area probably thinking, well, pass to me. Busy old afternoon for Wynnum. She wins a throw. Savali experience, one of 3 Phoenix players to be capped over 50 times, and there she tries to get the ball in. Wins her team a corner and an embrace from Nunn. Last corner led to a good opportunity for the Phoenix. The delivery was spot on. Vandermeer can be a real danger. So we're getting the obligatory referee chatting to a player who's harassing a goalkeeper. Sally James doesn't look too disturbed. They put it in swinger towards that near post, and it's not completely away and hooked in. Is that over the line? Vandermeer said absolutely, and yes, she redeems herself. A mistake at one end, and she hooks it over the line. Just, and we're locked up.
Incredible. You just said she was dangerous from set pieces, and she has popped up and has redeemed herself. Again, fantastic ball here from Lara Wall, in swinging to that near post. Can't quite clear it, and it's the right foot on the volley that's gone through, and it has crossed the line.
Unfortunate for Canberra, it was, I think it's Gordon at the near post who goes up, misses. It's James deflects, and Gordon's got complete sight of the ball, doesn't know where it is, and that allows Rissa Vandermeer to put it over the line for her 4th goal. Good things come to those who work hard and wait. After missing all of last year with another ACL,
She scores the Wellington Phoenix's first goal of the new A-League season. Lovely ball in, close to an Olympico. Not sure if that was deliberate, but it's led to good things. Jale gets an important toe in. Able to turn that into a transition. It's a transition maybe for Canberra at the other end. Looking for Heyman. Coming across Mackenzie Berry, important. Give Heyman opportunities in that part of the field. She will make you pay. They'll get a corner though.
Just a quick look at the goal here again. Good technique there by Vandermeer. It's Taylor Young in goal that can't quite keep it out. Quite terrific turnaround there for Vandermeer, and you can see what it means to the Phoenix players and that excitement to be on the board.
Oh, so close. Tie ball must be behind the line. Judged by the officials. Now a corner at the other end. Holding up in the breeze. Heyman goes down, and that will allow the Phoenix to clear. Despite the best attempts to convince the officials, it will be a Phoenix throw. And a strong throw into midfield. Grove nods forward. Heyman. Link up with Mitsio. He's the goal scorer. Finds Wall. Pressed quickly. One thing I could say about both sides, that the passing accuracy, the ability to recycle, rotate for long periods, early season like, isn't it, Anna-Marie?
Yeah, just lacking a few combinations and just that ability and that composure to put the foot on the ball and be able to recycle and circulate. There's probably that nervous tension that out there for both teams. New season, new players, new combinations. So definitely a lot to work with, but certainly early signs of a new season.
Here we have it. Passing accuracy in the mid-60s. You will see that on the rise as the season progresses. Tricky conditions, as we said. Bushy northerly breeze battering Wellington. It was a very pleasant day. Otherwise, listen to me. He does well. Very well, in fact, to control it. Right down that line, looking for none. Sasaki had it covered nonetheless. Jale linking up with Wynnum. And Sambo almost collide as Taylor Young has stayed down. She'll battle on, ever present throughout last season for Canberra, and defensively her positional sense through 43.5 minutes, Annalee's been very impressive.
Very impressive. She's been solid there at the back alongside Rovers, collecting anything in there.
Walking over the top of Messino. Grove to take. Walker back, getting a toe on in front of Heyman. And they've restricted well through most of this first half. Standing maybe only a couple of added minutes. And the standard 45 will be confirmed in a few seconds. Grove into the chest of Nunn. Grove will get another crack. Lacino again down this left-hand side. That's where the goal came from. And Malone. In a quiet half. Very tidy on the ball. Want to get her in some space. It will be 2 added minutes. Walker pushes the ball out. For a corner. Just went out for a corner. So, here's an opportunity for Canberra. Delivery towards the back post. It's good, and it's ricocheted off Mackenzie Barry. Should be another corner, and is.
Well, Lacino there with the in-swinging delivery. Fantastic delivery into that back post. I think it was Heyman that was trying to get up there.
Heyman looking to add to this extraordinary goal-scoring record. No one should be surprised she was matchday 1 goal scorer. Especially Jets fans. I think it was 21 goals against the Jets in her career. Here's a good header in on goal, and what an effort by Essen to palm it onto the crossbar. Danger still not averted. Drifted it. Heyman goes up, and her glancing header not in on target. But boy, oh boy, what an end of the half.
Again, the delivery here. A little bit more of an out-swinging delivery. I'm not sure if it's Robers that's there with the first contact. The header it is. And that is a fantastic save there by Essen, just getting up. It's Sasaki then putting the ball in, and Heyman just drifting into an offside position, but...
That is a splendid header. Running back
header
to direct that on goal. And Essen had to use every inch. Important touch. Showing her qualities. Love to see that header again. So difficult running back. That is the end of the half. So Canberra, a late chance to go back in front. They open the scoring somewhat against the run of play. Vandermeer, though, leveled things up, hooking a ball back in after a delightful corner. We're all square at the half in Wellington. The Capital Connection, they are connected. It's the Wellington Phoenix 1, Canberra United 1.
everyone, or welcome back to Sky Stadium in Wellington. It is 1-1 between the Wellington Phoenix and Canberra United. Paul Eiffel joins me against the run of play. Van der Merwe scores the first goal for Canberra.
First goal was a killer.
Yeah.
A killer.
Shouldn't have scored it.
No, look, the Phoenix have started ever so well. Number of chances, and then a cross that should have been sort of half cross shot that probably should have been defended better, and it just squirms in, round the goalkeeper basically. And thankfully, the Phoenix found a way back in, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay, well, here are the highlights from the first half there. A couple of goals to get us off our seat and get us screaming in the commentary box.
Yeah, look, it's good play down the left-hand side. Managed to stand the defender up, and then it's just a ball into a sort of dangerous area, but it's got to be cleared. It's a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
And then that Essen just gets put off. There's no way she can react to that in the time given. It's just one of those unfortunate ones. But like I said, look, the Phoenix bounced back, which is the important thing. They're going to be really disappointed about that one. That's an individual mistake that's probably led to that.
Yeah, and here is the next goal. Bit of a messy one, but nearly found the back of the net. Went in anyway, didn't it?
Yeah, we think so. We're not sure.
Well, we're on the board,
yeah, we
so
don't get to see the angle, but it counts. Marissa Van der Merwe, what a story. She's had 2 ACL. She's battled back from that. She's tucked it away to get the Knicks back in it. But it's a great ball in the first place. Gets recycled, and there she's Johnny on the spot to put it across the line. Okay,
we're about to see the stats from the first half. It looks fairly even in most of these, but there are a couple of numbers that stand out to you, Paul. Take us down to the bottom of that sheet.
Yeah, look, for me, the final third entries, and if you look at it, it's 39 versus 19.
Yeah.
I just think the Phoenix have got to make the most of those opportunities. If they get the same sort of numbers in this second half, they've got to start converting those opportunities.
Yeah, they've had plenty of ball, haven't they? And they've had some players who have been very good with it. Alyssa Wynnum today. What have you seen from this woman?
So she's one of them. She's one of them I want to take, grab the game by the scruff of the neck. She's such a fantastic player. She's good off both feet. She's happy to have the ball under pressure. She's a great dribbler, can go inside or out. But when she gets in and around the box, I know that she can shoot. I think she's got to do it more often. Chances like this, get it out of your feet, be willing to shoot through bodies. She's always being really nice and looking to slide somebody in to be the assister rather than the scorer. I think she can add 5 or 6 goals to her game if she starts being a bit greedier.
So be a bit greedy. What about Samba? Because when she has had the ball, the brand new signing on debut for the Phoenix, she has looked so lethal, hasn't she? We saw her speed in that first half very early on.
Yeah, look, she works ever so hard. She's happy to chase down defences. She's had a really decent opportunity there. I think she'll feel, with her record and her reputation, that she should have scored there. But she's so on the front foot, which is exactly what the Phoenix need this year. She's really good at holding up play, bringing others into play. She's happy to go beyond, so she can really mix up her game, and she looks like somebody who's going to score a lot of goals for this team.
Yeah, do you just have to get her the ball?
Is it
as simple as that?
Yeah, look, I want a few more of those final third entries to land at her feet in the box, and I think she'll do the business.
Okay, what do you think this team's talking about at half-time?
I think it's more the same, and be a bit more clinical, be willing to take shots, be willing to keep the ball under pressure and keep Canberra under pressure. I think we saw that at the start. They managed to get away with it. They scored the go-ahead goal, but the Phoenix now, with a bit of momentum, get the equaliser. Can they finish strong and make sure that it's 45 minutes where Canberra just don't get out?
What about United then? What about the women in the white and green jerseys? What will their halftime messages be?
I don't think they'll be too disappointed. I don't think they've been great, but they've nicked a goal, and I think they've shown that they're in a game of football for sure. So I think, can they get Heyman more ball? It'll be the same for them. The Knicks are looking to get the ball to Samba. For Canberra, they're looking to get the ball to Heyman. She's somebody who's so good in front of goal, but can they get her more chances? I think 19 final third entries for them, but if a few of those fall at the feet of Heyman, you can expect to be put in the back of the net.
And do you think this wind is having any impact on this match at all?
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's brutal.
Yeah, look, it's horrible. I mean, we're getting blown around all over the place here, but you can see it at ground level. The ball is actually moving on the ground, which is crazy. You expect that when the ball's in the air, but they're trying to play the right way, trying to keep it on the deck, and it's still blowing around. So it looked really difficult for both sides today.
Well, it is even Stevens on the scoreboard right now. A goal apiece between the Wellington Phoenix and Canberra United. The second half is coming right up from Sky Stadium in Wellington.
Sky Stadium bathed in sunshine, although very strong normally has played its part through the opening half. We are where we started, nothing between the two sides. The Wellington Phoenix and Canberra United locked up at a goal apiece. It was Canberra who went in front. Wellington responding through Van der Meer. That northerly breeze and elite longo certainly playing its part, and you think there's a number of fine ball players who just haven't really got into the game. How much is that down to this fluctuating breeze impacting their precision of pass?
Yeah, I think certainly the conditions are tough out here in Wellington, but I think for me it's that composure, and you know, it does look like signs of a new season, but I think I'd really like to see Jale, particularly for the Wellington Phoenix, get more involved, and particularly the two sixers in there with Matag and Bott in the two central midfield positions for the Wellington Phoenix. I think, you know, we've just struggled to see them get on the ball and really, you know, dictate the tempo, switch play, and kind of have that controlled possession. But that's all credit, I think, to the Canberra United and the way they've set up, obviously pressing and matching man for man, particularly in those middle areas. So, yeah, I think plenty to work on there for the Wellington Phoenix. There were some exciting moments we spoke about at halftime, particularly, you know, Nunn and Alyssa Wynnum combining well out in this right-hand flank. But yeah, I think it'll be pleasing signs for Bev, but certainly some work on for the second half.
Well, the Phoenix out nice and early. Their coach, Bev Priestman, just a few words of advice. Yeah, if you think about the visitors, they'll be right there in the contest at the half, but Malone Gordon, when they were involved last week, they looked at their best. I think combined, only 19 passes between them. Got to find a way to get their players on the ball and deal with the pressure that the Phoenix are applying. That press has been a nuisance.
It is. They do provide that counter press and nice and quick, but that also is the style that Canberra United play. We often see them quite direct and looking for those balls forward early and into the likes of Heyman and Olasino up front. So it is a usual tactic there from Canberra United. Not so much position based, but look for those transition moments where they can win the ball and really be direct and look forward. So certainly still a threat there, and they'll be looking to find more balls into those central pockets, particularly to find Heyman and Olasino in behind.
So we are almost set for the second half on this bumper day of football in the nation's capital. It's the Capital Connection first up between Phoenix Women and Canberra United in the Ninja A-League. To follow, of course, New Zealand derby. So, no changes. Well, we have got, there is a change. Emma Main, half-time substitution for a 26-year-old Wellingtonian. Her 43rd A-League women's appearance. And Tessel Medak is off, who was fairly quiet. Not sure if that's injury related or if Priestman just wants a change. Let's see if there's any change to the formation. Originally listed as a 4 at the back on the team sheet we were provided, was clear 3 in the back with wing backs. So Phoenix will kick off running from right to left in the second half.
Possibly a tactical change there from Bev Priestman. Obviously, Emma Main providing that athleticism. She likes to get forward, the ability to link play, and you know, those runs in behind, that energy that she provides. So she's important off the bench and provides just a little bit of a different dynamic there. Tessel Matag in that central midfield role. So I'd expect to see Main pushing up in that wide forward area, picking up the ball in those pockets.
Loose touch allows Wynnum to have a strike early. Tries to dance her way through. 2 challenges for good work here from Darcy Malone to win possession. Wind at their back. This northerly breeze. I need not tell you, it very much swirls around. It's a confirmation that former Dutch international Tessel Medak comes off. And Emma Main. Certainly you wouldn't describe them as like for like. See how that changes the shape. First opportunity for Canberra to raid forwards. New goal scorer in the first half, Olasino. Uses out to Van der Meer, straight back. Long range attempt, almost threatening the goal of Victoria Essen, who made a splendid save late in that first half. Stretching full length to palm a ball onto the crossbar. Very important moment. That's what they signed her for. Canberra pushing high up the field and forcing the turnover. Mackenzie. Link up. It's out harmlessly for a goal kick.
Yeah, just see what she's trying to do there is wrap the ball around and behind that the back three of the Wellington Phoenix, but just the weight of that pass there, looking for the run of Demizio, but just the weight letting her down.
Nice Charlie back to goal. There's none. Back to Essen. Down neatly from Wynnum. Looks to be playing a little bit more centrally to start the second half. We've got a late whistle. There's the Phoenix number 10. The referee was trying to play some advantage. Take two. Change of ball required here. There's one that rolls properly. That tends to help. Wall winning position back, though, the pass short. Here's Gordon, she drives through, drop of the shoulder, gets the shot away. Quiet first half, makes an impact early, although she stays down. Play goes on, I think the whistle will sound, though. First warning shot fired by the visitors.
To see square pass there from the Wellington Phoenix, turning over position, and it's Gordon with the silky feet. Inside, goes for the shot. It's easy for Essen to collect, but it's just the follow through, I think. Might be Vandermeer that's just got collected her.
Staying down. There's a little smile on her face. Looks like she'll be fine to carry on. Looks like just a blow to the left knee. There's the Phoenix defender closed her down. Luckily, it didn't take a wicked deflection. Essen. Vicky Essen was fairly regulation, unlike this effort late in the first half.
Incredible there. I mean, first the header, Rober's running away from the ball and able to flick the power on that neck to be able to turn the head and execute that header on target. And of course, excellent save there and reactions from Essen and goal, as you'd expect from an experienced goalkeeper like herself.
Yeah, so close for Rober scoring her first goal of the season. She provided an assist for Heyman last week. Only her time in the spotlight. Walker. He's into traffic. Charlie loses out. Gordon back to her feet. Nice work. Mackenzie trying to drive forward, but Wynnum drags the shirt. Rather unsubtle attempt.
Bit of frustration there by Wynnum, but it was the work of Gordon first to be able to switch the play and provide Mackenzie the ball out wide, and just see the frustration there and pulling the shirt there of Mackenzie, and clear decision there for the referee.
The last free kick, rather aimless. Full spread across the field for Canberra. Delivery towards the penalty spot. Backtracking Essen. Just had to readjust. Had a nervous moment. Jarley playing deeper, more centrally. And that space vacated by that substitution with Ladag off at half-time for Main, who was the target of that pass. Nice work from Taylor-Young. Going down this left-hand side. Olasino. Too close to Essen. Gobbles that one. Started the second half reasonably well, Canberra. Aiming Wellington back. A handful of entries into the Phoenix end. Running back is Malone. Doing a lot for her teammate Rovers. So it'll be Wall. They're going to take a throw-in for the Phoenix. Lane going in strongly, claims a free kick. Jale strong and the challenge, wins her team a throw, wants to get on with it quickly, and it's a lovely throw. Samba after Burners on, driving inside the area, looking to link up with Main. It's hooked over her head right across the face of the goal. Grove with good pace can get there in front of none.
Great recognition there by Jale just to take the throw early, and it's a long throw in behind. Finds Samba. You see the run off the shoulder there. Just looking for that early cross in behind the back four, but she's just overhit that.
Made in by Samba. Payne sort of a drag on Wall, who then hooked it right across the 6-yard box. No one gambling at that back post.
Samba here just with a little switch of play, trying to find Wall in behind. It's good defending there by Mizio, just getting tight and forcing Wall a little bit wider, but again, no run at that back post.
Good work from CJ Bott, very strong in the challenge. Nunn trying to thread the needle. Samba, nice run from in to out. Cuts it back towards the top of the area. Behind Wynnum, in front of Main. And away once more by Canberra. Just shifted back towards momentum, that is, towards the home side. Lindsay Barry beats Heyman. That was dangerous ball into Bott. A little bit of fortune for the Wellington Phoenix. Jale using those long legs of hers to get in.
Certainly seen a lot more of Jale in the second half, moving into that central midfield role for the Wellington Phoenix.
Battle on this near touchline. Well done by Phoenix. Bev Priestman. How will she rate the opening 55 minutes of her new club?
I think she'll just be thrilled to be back out there. I think you saw in the press conference and a number of the pre-match conversations. It's, she's grateful to be out there, and I bet she's just loving every moment being involved. Of course, she would love her team to be up, I'm sure, but yeah, certainly just nice to see her back out there coaching.
Of course, an adjustment for her coming into this league too. They spoke about the adjustment for new players. A period for her to get her head around this competition. Skipper plays to Wynnum, round the corner. Samba. Football on this occasion is none. James, though, very confident goalkeeping. Loud call. Strong catch. In battling to get out of their own half, Canberra's. Bott rides a challenge. Wynnum. Turn. Behind Nunn. She goes up against Grove. And moment she'd love to have back. Gets up, goes again, wins it straight back. Now a free kick. It's been a game of not a lot of whistle. Referees let a lot play. And now the Wellington Phoenix potentially from set piece can get numbers forwards. It was set piece that led to their opening goal. And Lemire is up, Walker is up. Tall timber there for the Wellington Phoenix. Delivery, the important aspect of this. Main will be Main to deliver. Quite a long approach. Whips it in towards that penalty spot. Eamon scuffs her clearance. Maurizio putting pressure on Wall, but Wellington retained possession. Barry, plenty of time to find Jala. Now Walker is dropping off. Canberra. Here's Bott. Luring a challenge. Working the ball to Van der Meer. Wynnum loses. As Canberra try to strike early. We've got a whistle. Back play. And again, maybe just a late challenge. As the referee wanted to play advantage. We'll come all the way back about midway. Well, we're coming all the way back to James, are we? No, that would be too far.
Bit of a long play there, led by the referee, I would say. I think I'd be a little bit frustrated if I was the Wellington Phoenix, but yeah, for me, just Alyssa Wynnum just holding onto the ball a fair bit too long there, but you can certainly see the tempo has raised here and the intensity has gone up by the Wellington Phoenix, just dictating play a little bit more.
Sasaki lifts the ball, nicely weighted pass to Can McKenzie keep the ball in place? She does. Darting ball in, not that assured from Essen on this occasion. Wynnum can't control, danger for Wellington. Now it's cleared, recycled by Canberra. McKenzie just could not find Domizio. Wynnum beats two players neatly. Walker asking Main to come short. Bott back to the American defender. Jale has Gordon on her. Samba, slippery. Great work though by Taylor Young, not for the first time, is it? Driving forward, left wing side, across comes Walker, who shows, well, I can defend too. Lovely work from Ellie Walker.
Yeah, great match up there. Taylor Young showing her discipline down the other end of the pitch against Samba, and then down the other end you've got Ellie Walker doing exactly the same. Fantastic defending there by Walker.
Helps the work when you see boys arriving. Changes coming for Canberra, of course. 6:15 local time. It is the Wellington Phoenix looking to atone for a difficult first year as far as the history of the derby. Auckland FC looking to retain their local supremacy. Stay with us, Sky, for full coverage of that contest. Still a long way to go here. We've got a change in the form. Just like last week, Emma Hawkins comes into the fray off the bench. Interesting to see where she lines up. Main gets a touch on. Tries to pass to a player, Wynnum. Here's Samba in behind, lovely through ball. She shoots and didn't quite catch it clean, and James again up to the task.
Great turn then by Wynnum, and the weight of that pass and the detail is exceptional. And Samba with the strike, I think she would have liked that one again, just opening up on that right foot, looking to curl it into that bottom corner, but just didn't quite get the power or pace on that shot.
Confirmation of the other change made. Bobbin comes on. Similar stage of coming off the bench last week for A-League Women's debut. Beyond the hour mark, plenty of time. These two sides to fashion the winner. No change since the half. Canberra win in front. Wellington level things. Vandermeer. Messino, the first half goal for the visitors. Nice roll. The new player Bobbin almost completely goal side of Jale. Vandermeer up towards Samba. She sees space and opportunity to find none on the right wing side, but the left foot pass sliced to CJ Bott goes down under challenge. Emma Hawkins says, yes, I'm in this contest.
It's one way to introduce yourself to the game. Physical challenge there on Bott. Just see here, just leaving the leg out.
Another import out of the United States, Emma Hawkins. She spent time playing in Portugal and Iceland. So changes coming for Wellington Phoenix. Elliott is on. And Rosie Brazendale also entering the fray, and this is one of not as prominent in the second half as she was in the first. The shift essentially didn't quite work. Well, CJ Bott, another player who leaves.
CJ Bott just returning to fitness, picked up a concussion in pre-season, so has been battling and dealing with that, but great to see her out this afternoon, and obviously wearing the armband. She's passed that on now to Mackenzie Barry in that centre defence, but nice to see Daisy Brazendale out there for the Wellington Phoenix, and looks like she'll slot inside next to Jale in that central midfield space.
Quite a big fixture in this team last season. Even starts 7 substitute appearances, so it's a custom looking to make an impact. Breakdown there between Main and Walker. Longer the game has gone on, Phoenix have controlled possession a little bit better. Canberra still having their issues, and Heyman really has been on the periphery of this game. When you compare her to Samba at the other end, who's had 2 very good sights on goal. One I'm sure she'd love to have back in that first half.
Just missing that final bit of execution, isn't it, on the final, the shot or pass. Both teams out there, just that little bit of lack in quality, but certainly some exciting stuff, and a huge end to the game for this match, I think.
Grove goes long, hopeful. Brought down by the Phoenix. Luckily, Vandermeer got on that passing lane. Main, the half-time substitute, finds Elliott down the right wing side. Long chase for Samba, despite her explosive acceleration.
Not overhaul. Well, through 66 minutes, one thing's pretty obvious. You don't want to get too tight or flat-footed around the Nepalese striker. Electric over the first 5 or 6 paces.
Electric, and just her ability to do it repeatedly over the game is impressive.
Walker wins possession, gives it straight back to Taylor Young. And the whistle is Emma Main. Just running into Gordon. Pushes out. Taylor Young goes down the line. Hard work to pass through the lines for Canberra at the moment. Messino finds some space. Grove. They want to get her involved. She cuts back and can deliver. She decides to go low, tried to take a path through 4 Phoenix defenders. Elliott finds none. Calmly back to Rosendale. Can't find Emma Main, and play breaks down. It's a little bit untidy at the moment. Who can provide that moment of quality? Messino off the ball moment. High on is the call. That's good vision. And execution of the pass. Can they measure a ball in? That's disappointing. Not to get it far past the first challenge. Hawkins, Mackenzie Barry never shirks a tackle, does Mackenzie Barry.
Delivery there from Hawkins. A strong physical challenge coming there by Hawkins on Barry. A little bit of afters. But I really like the build-up play there from Canberra United. A ball into those central spaces. I think it was Gordon receiving the ball and just switching it out, finding that left-hand wing, and that's what we want to see. You know, Sasha Grove and Hawkins getting into the game and getting the ball up higher up the pitch.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get into advanced series in those wide positions, get the crosses in. We talked about earlier, that was a massive feature of that performance against the Jets. His last touch off Canberra, and there will be a goal kick. A lot of goal-mouth action in this second half. It's certainly shading possession. Territory is none. Messino seems to have been assigned a deeper lying position. She was in support of Heyman in that first half. Concedes a free kick. Press from Canberra on this occasion. Decides to go over that threat. Jale now can progress the ball over halfway. Got Wall. She plays her in while she should have played her in. For the first time, an under-hit pass sees a potential threat go begging. The saintly nun told that's illegal as she brings down Mackenzie.
That's a better touch from Jale. Well, tie and run by Nunn. Here as Samba gets into the area. Thought she lost possession, done very well. Stands it up at the back post, arriving was Elliott, just could not keep it down. But much better, finally, a sign of life in the final third.
Yeah, incredible play here by Samba, just twisting and turning. Hangs that ball up to the back post. It's a lovely dink into that back post, and it's Elliott at the back post. She just can't keep that header down. Love to see that ball. She hit that down or potentially across goal, but danger signs here for Canberra United as Wellington Phoenix with a nice bit of play, and again that quality there from Samba.
Elliott had 4 goals last season, was a handy contributor. Quite annoyed with herself that she couldn't keep it down. Looks like there's going to be another change for Canberra. Ava Breedis, I think, is ready to go. There she is, the 19-year-old. Young Matilda, previously with the victory. As Anthony Egrenick tries to find a recipe. The goal scorer, Sulasino, comes off. Here we go. Knotted down by Main, just couldn't get into the path of Samba, who was in behind her defender. In the press comes. Turnover, and Samba, well, the obvious option is play it into the path of Main. Maybe didn't recognise her teammate was as available.
Yeah, just caught in 2 minds there. I think the ball got stuck at her feet, didn't quite get it out so she could get that clean strike. Probably after the touch should have found Main in that open pocket. But you just see when Canberra build up, they've got such an expansive shape. So their 2 centre-backs going really wide, and there's just opportunity there on transition to hurt them early.
Only done by Essen to pass out of her area. Well read, though, by McKenzie. Stepping up to turn defence into attack. Hawkins. Walker on her. Samba again showing this industry, getting back, helping out. And in transition, the Phoenix do go. Main to her right, plays her in. Jale at the back post, looming large. Main cuts it back, brilliant interception. Nunn was visualising, pulling the trigger, was not allowed. And just getting stretched. Might help him get into a bit of a rhythm. They've been able to knock it around, particularly cleanly throughout this afternoon.
Samba there with the ball in behind to Emma Main. Emma Main just showing her pace. Lovely cut inside across the defender, and it's just well cut out there by Emma Rovers. Does ever so well for Canberra United. Steps in and takes the ball off the toes of Brooke Nunn, who's running into the box. But just that final delivery lacking there for the Wellington Phoenix.
Yeah, full stretch. You can almost feel the hammy going, watching. And in every millimetre, Nunn was in a very dangerous position. And leaves the ball short. Here's a chance. Heyman just hold play up. Strongly into the path of Bobbin. So 15 minutes are about, plus any potential stoppages. And getting to the stage, the next goal might be enough to win it. Inspiration again, Samba. She tracks back, never say she is a goal hanger. Nicely controlled though by Canberra defender Robus. Get back with interest, and we'll go out for another goal kick.
pressing high for Canberra. And Wellington look to take the risk and play it around. They will. But stepping in, Grove, nicely done. She's got time to measure a ball. She goes low, and Jale, chance of a handball. It's the Canberra player. And Phoenix goalkeeper will dive on it, hold on to it. We've got a yellow card for Gordon. They're coming in a little bit late. Fair to say, Gordon doesn't agree. First card of this game, is it not?
Yeah, for me it's just slid in there. Not sure if there's any intention behind it. I think it's just a little bit unfortunate there for Gordon, but of course collecting Essen on the way through.
That's when you get the customary goalkeepers are protected species claims, something like that. Essen is fine.
Special species, they say.
Gone neatly by Main. Grove hooks it up. Loose ball, we'll see the wing back. Find Hawkins. The ball allows Walker to get a toe in. Reedus. Finds Barry, her heavy touch, a little bit untidy, it has to be said, and a whistle. And rightly so on this occasion.
Gordon doing well, just a bit of a heavy touch there from Barry, and just the follow through collects Gordon. Strong physical challenge there on Gordon.
Kenzie Barry, great story. Arrived in the inaugural season, I think, out of the New Zealand Football Future Ferns domestic program, and now's not the team's most capped player. Football Fern. It's been at the heart of this defensive line for a long time. She's got some defending to do there, and will keep very close. The number 23 right in front of her. Beyond the realms of a shot on target here. The strike comes in. It's a pretty good one. Awkward for Essen on the half volley. She used knee, thigh, whatever she did, it was effective. Good strike by the sub, Breedis, Ava Breedis. Just in between. Right-footed in-swinger. Holding up in the breeze. Nodded down, not cleared away. Main gets to her feet. Elliott tries to dribble out of danger. Ball's played back in. Canberra hook it towards the near post, and Essen fumbled possession. But for her, it popped on the right side of that near post. Oh, could have been disaster.
Not sure the most conventional saves there by Essen. First one coming off the knees, and this one I'm not sure she knew too much about. I'm not sure she slipped just before she's made contact, but I'm sure she'll be glad that one's fallen on the outside of the post.
Good period for Canberra. Can they make it count? Delivery towards the back post. Glancing header, not away. Full tug on the shirt, hot back across the face of goal. It will stay in. Breedis to get on her left foot. Pings it in towards the near post. Jale's there. Heyman can't get in front of Elliott. Sends it out towards the sideline. Desperate defending as we get into the 81st minute.
A couple of set pieces there by Canberra, just causing a few problems in the defence.
McKenzie goes down the line. Bobbin. Good defending, well done. Ara Wall. So, sure down that left-hand side.
See the Canberra United set up here. Got three players high, almost on that edge of that 18-yard D. Not allowing the Phoenix to play out.
Fourth creeping up on that left-hand side. Space in the middle of the park just there, but it's Breedis. Gets there first, fallen behind, and Essen off her line to collect, but there was a late challenge again, according to the referee. There's none. There's a little chat from Sarah Jones. None doesn't look all that bothered, fair to say. Right, so Stanic, Floody, who can unlock a defence. Will come in for the final period of this game. As Gordon takes her leave. Better second half from Bethany Gordon, more prominent. Quiet first half, but Mary Stanic Floody provide that quality. Will be Brutus to take this free kick. Live it in. Hit it down. Not away. A forest of legs. Charlie got an important touch, and then it's the smashed upfield. High back. Barry uncontested. Away. It comes back. Bobbin, nice work to weave away from that challenge. Post ball. Charlie didn't deal with it well. Here's Stanic Floody. Finds Grove. Delivers towards Heyman, and Heyman's one and only chance, and she's perfectly picked out the Phoenix keeper. Rewarded with a good chance after a period of dominance where Phoenix are struggling to get out of their own end. How many games we've seen Heyman sort of drift through a contest and then pop up and have that moment of quality. Decent enough power. There's the accuracy not there as Stanic Floody's long-range attempts fairly tame. Get into the loose ball more often than not at the moment, it seems. Stanic Floody trying to play in Bobbin. It's too strong as the effects of the wind in full display on that occasion. There you have it over the last 5 minutes, Annalie. Rather one-sided.
Yeah, it has. I think Canberra have just picked up the tempo. It's been an incredible and a special moment here for Pia Vlok, making her A-League debut, professional debut here.
17 years of age. Already been to an under-17 Women's World Cup, and well, you know all about this talent. How big and bright is this youngster?
She certainly is exciting. I think she had a critical experience at the under-17 World Cup, a product of Auckland United. Have been through the academy system and played a lot of her football with mixed football, and yeah, certainly a potential and huge talent, bright future for the football firms.
Yes, Emma Main just scuffing her stroke as she was just getting into stride. As Phoenix have a rare sort of attack at the other end. So walk on. Joining Samba and in the main. It's Canberra to sit off. Now Heyman presses. Mary goes rather direct. Direct out of touch, that is. Forward, back into the path of Samba, hooks it over. Can Main bring it down? Taylor Young again, caught him in trajectory. Very nicely done. Shaped as if she was going to go back to her keeper. Canberra looked like they were going to take the risk to intercept. Now, Wall just that's too much of the 17-year-old substitute.
Canberra have had the wood over Wellington in recent years. They've won the last 3 contests between the two sides. All of those by a score of 1-0. His last success against Canberra was at Poritua Park, January 2024. Still time for both sides to win this one. Goes Jale. Pressure by Breeders. Vandermeer, Wellington's goal scorer. Kenzie Barry. Pressure, wants a free kick. It's another late whistle. Now wearing the captain's armband after CJ Bott's substitution. Vandermeer marauds forwards. Ball behind Vlock. Sort of an illustration of this game. Just the early season, disjointed nature. Two sides whose passing accuracy have been very much on the lower side. Indeed, Canberra have slumped under 60%. Wellington by a percentage or two. Good work by Elliott. Jale. Rosendahl, her pass almost pilfered. Barry does neatly. Block. Gonna roll her defender, but Stanic Floody comes across. Sumba hooks it over, great vision. Emma Main runs onto it, player over. It's there for Elliott. It just took so long to come down, and Grove, who is a good athlete, good pace, needed it.
Samba there with the little flick over the shoulder, and the run in behind by Main, opts to pass the ball to find Main, and as you're right, it just hung up. It wouldn't quite sit quick enough there for Main, but it's the recovery run there of Sasha Grove, that the work ethic and the determination to get back there and snuff out that opportunity.
Something about you can't teach pace, right? Recovery pace. Now in possession. Harmley doesn't try to force things as Elliott must have felt like an eternity watching that ball come down. So into the 90th minute. Understand there'll be 5 added minutes. 5 added minutes can be added on. Phoenix starting to wrestle control back somewhat, but not with passing like that. That's into a congested area. Heyman trying to get away from Barry as well. Barry carries on. Sumba trying to roll her defender. And it will be Taylor Young to usher it through to Sally James in goal. 5 added minutes confirmed. Kind of a handball, and referee agrees. Hawkins says, off my shoulder. Hawkins gets up, goes in. And she's been quite industrious since coming on. Happy to press and won herself and her team a throw. Hawkins hit it back in field, says Rosendahl. Clear up over the halfway line. 1 minute of 5 of added time played at Sky Stadium in Wellington. It's week 2 of the Ninja A-League. Canberra had a heartbreak last week. self-inflicted harm with a loose pass out of their back line. Will it be an error or a moment of quality? You see a late winner. Based on the evidence of this half, stalemate looks most likely. Chances being few and far between. McKenzie beaten to it by Grace Jale. Jale, though, loses out. Early ball in. Heyman nods down. Jale, to her credit, gets up, comes in again. The tones. But more Canberra pressure will come from the throw.
Important defending there by Jale. Just managing to double team and get in front of Haywin.
Heyman holding off two. Jale diving in once more, desperate to get the ball away. Under 3 remaining. Looking to roll, Vandermeer can't do so. Second ball won by Canberra. Bobbin. Hawkins was too high for her. Stanich Floody. Not happy with her own work, you might say. As she allows the ball to go out for a goal kick. Phoenix fans on their feet urging the home side home. Serve had their issues passing out of the back, so Essen says let's go long. Sasaki wins the first header. Elliott, ball in behind. Samba, but James, who's hardly put a foot wrong all afternoon, quickly off her line.
Bit of a half opportunity there for the Phoenix. Manai Elliott just receiving that ball, but just the weight of that pass and behind, just letting her down, unable to find Samba with the run and behind.
Hawkins working against Walker does well to prevent the corner. Just over a minute remaining. And buffeting the players as it has throughout. That corner flag's done incredibly well to stay up. Oh! Just as we speak. Eyes on the ball. Hooked away. Sasaki can't find Grove. Just maybe that might be Canberra's last opportunity. They'll have to defend. Samba. Loose ball. Beaten to the punch, the Phoenix, but Jale, not for the first time this half, breaks up play. Samba picks up the ball as if it's her throw, clearly not. Canberra go quickly. Breedis comes into midfield. McKenzie. Sloppy pass in transition. Phoenix have looked dangerous. It's going to be gathered. Good interjection once more from Hayley Taylor-Young. Phoenix players running in behind. Just mere seconds now. It's Walker. Finds Brazendale. She can turn, look upfield. And there is the sound of the final whistle. And it has ended all square in the capital. Bev Priestman's first game in charge of a new club ends with a point. Canberra United went ahead after 18 minutes. Vandermeer, after being involved in a defensive error for the Canberra goal, atoned, hooking home in the 39th. But the second half, neither sides finding a rhythm and quality about them. And the run of play, and a longer, you would say, probably a fair result.
Yeah, I think it was a tussle at both ends. I think, you know, both teams had moments and opportunities, but probably just lacking a little bit of quality overall in that attacking third. But obviously pleasing signs out here for the Wellington Phoenix, picking up a point. And of course, it's always a tough ask for any team travelling over here to play here in Wellington with this win. So I think it was a fantastic effort out there by Canberra United.
Yeah, the win certainly did impact the passing game of the with the respective sides. I think we can head down to Jason Pine, who has the Canberra skipper.
Indeed, thanks Daniel. Michelle Heyman, a tough battle out here between the two capital cities. How do you evaluate your side's performance today?
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. It's always challenging flying over here to play the girls, but you know, to come away with the draw I think is a pretty positive for us. Very tough, extremely hard conditions. I don't know how you guys hang out in this wind. It makes life very difficult.
Well, you'll get used to it the more you come over here. How did you prepare for a game against a Wellington Phoenix side that's had a lot of hype, a lot of new players? Were you ready for a battle out here this afternoon?
Yeah, most definitely. It's always a challenging match against them, but for ourselves, we're just trying to work on what we needed to do for ourselves to build this season. We didn't have any film on them since they haven't played yet, so it made our lives a bit challenging, but I think we did well. We're just, you know, sitting in our block and just waiting for the opportunities to open up.
Great to see you here. Go and get out of this wind, and we'll look forward to seeing how Canberra go across the season.
Cheers. Thanks heaps. All right.
Let's bring CJ Bott in. Wellington Phoenix skipper. CJ, a special moment for you, leading your team on home soil for you. How do you evaluate the performance in this rather blustery wind?
Yeah, I'm struggling to stand up in this wind at the moment. Yeah, it was a bit of an underwhelming performance from us, I think. It's a bit disappointing. We have so much more to give, I think, and it was disappointing that we couldn't give 100% today, but we've got more to give this season.
Is it about finding connections? It is a relatively new side. You've got to get to know one another. Is that one of the work-ons moving forward?
I mean, yeah, there's always room for growth there, but we do know each other really, really well. I think it's just a matter of physically preparing a little bit better, and maybe we let the occasion get the better of us. We'll have a look and watch the game over and see where we can improve.
Well, you're underway now, as you say, the big occasion, the first game's out of the way, so do you feel as though you'll springboard from this?
I hope so. Really hope so.
Thanks, CJ. Good to chat.
Thank you.
Thank you to CJ Bott and Jason Pine. A tale of two skippers there. Michelle Heyman happy their side has secured their first point of the season. Well, the Phoenix want a lot more. It's finished in Wellington. The Wellington Phoenix won, Canberra United won.